And we're back after a brief break. You're watching South Texas Crossfire with your host, Attorney Joe Flores. And give us your questions, comments, and direct them to my Facebook. You can go South Texas Crossfire, or you can just shoot me an email straight to my phone, joe@floreslawfirm.com. With me is a good friend and no stranger to KTMB in the show and the Lopez Broadcasting family, Chad Magill, who's running to be your next city councilman. He's already a city councilman, and now he's going to serve you at large, the whole kit and caboodle. How are you,
Great,
Chad?
Joe. Great to be with you.
Hey, thank you. Well, first off the bat, a lot of people are going to say, why the whole kit and caboodle now is you had your district, you were very popular, very well respected, and now you're going to serve and almost risk the base you have. You're going to serve, and at large is a big deal.
Well, District 2 is home for me, and I'm very proud to serve the people of District 2. What I heard in the beginning of our first campaign for District 2 were people that said, I wish I could vote for you, that lived all over the city. And with our stance against the public funding of Destination Bayfront, and with our stance voting no for the street user fee, we're hearing that more than ever. And so in essence, I'm answering the call from people across the community to serve the entire city of Corpus Christi.
Well, very well said, and I want everyone out there to know the time to vote, early voting and everything. Let's get that out of the way. What are the important dates for people to remember that are registered to vote? First of all, register to vote, and then?
Right. Register to vote. Get your family and friends to vote, and at the same time, take your kids with you when you vote. It's nothing more exciting than on either election day or early voting. Take your children, because they need to see that you are a part of the process too. It shows them not only to look up to you as your parents or grandparents, but those kids need to see the voting process too. October 20th is the first day of early voting, and November 4th is Election Day.
Well, and don't forget, October 20th, we're going to be putting those dates up, and we're also going to be bringing on other people that are running. In fact, everybody is invited who is running for an office here in South Texas, in Nueces, San Pat, Jim Wells, all these areas. Let's jump in feet first and talk about your tenure as a city councilman. What are the top three things that you could say, you know what, if, God forbid, I pass away tomorrow, I'd be remembered for that I help people out with?
Some of the most important items to me are the everyday battle that a lot of our citizens endure. And from code enforcement items for issues with the city in terms of permitting, or just those items that may seem small in the bigger picture, but they're very big to the common person, the everyday person, our neighbors, the people who live in our neighborhoods. Just answering their calls and being able to help on an everyday basis. Some of the bigger items that you'll see in the media is really, Destination Bayfront is a beautiful park. I don't know of anybody in the community who is against the park, but they're against the public funding of it. And so if you think about, and if we talk about utility rates going up right now, if we had spent that $44.6 million last year, think about what rates would be and our bond capacity and what more of a difficult situation we would be in financially. And so making those wise decisions throughout the process, helping people every single day, no matter how big or small the item is, I think that's what we'll be known for in these 2 years. I've been proud to serve the people and stand up for the people, both on the bigger items, but more importantly, the items on the everyday phone calls that allow me to serve and really get satisfaction from helping people just throughout the day, every day.
Well, and the utility thing you tapped into, people say, politics, I don't like it, it's negative, I don't want to get involved. Why vote? We've got a 20% turnout on off elections. But I always tell people, the minute you turn on the faucet, the tap to brush your teeth, till the time you go to bed at night and turn off that light, you're involved in politics whether you like it or not. So let's talk about utilities that we have the risk of going sky high. Get out your checkbook. What are you trying to do about that, or trying to create awareness about those utilities? I know you're one man, but you're a one-man gang, so tell me what's going on.
Well, let me start with the fact that I don't like politics either, but I vote. And I'm part of the process because I'm willing to roll up my sleeves and be involved in that public servant capacity. With our utilities, $5.24 is what it looks like the utilities are going up to. And that's water, wastewater, and gas, all going up. Now, no doubt water has always been undervalued. We understand the importance of water and conservation, but I think it might have been misrepresented in the sense of consumption, or the conservation of water has caused the bills to go up. What actually is causing those bills to go up, of the $5.24, $3.08 of that $5.24 is based off of debt service payments. And so just like anything else, if you went to the doctor and the doctor put a Band-Aid on a really bad wound, and you went to the doctor the next day and he put a Band-Aid on, or she put a Band-Aid on the next day and kept going without actually curing the problem, you're going to pay more in the long run.
And what is that, the debt?
Well, we're in the long run now. And so that $3.08 of debt service payments is really the bulk of what our utility rates are rising from. And so the way through that is to increase and improve the bond rating of the city. You go to a AAA bond rating, we could refinance the existing debt and save $30 million off the bat. And so our focus should be on the whole time. Just like, answering people's calls every single day, we should be focused on the elements that contribute to utility rate hikes, instead of just waking up one day and saying, wow, the rates went up. How did that happen? Mm-hmm. We got to manage through the process. We've got to be proactive and understand the financials that are involved, because it's not right to put this on the backs of our seniors, our veterans, the people on fixed incomes who have paid their price, paid their toll throughout their life, who have a fixed income every month, and yet the public is asking for more money. It's not right.
Well, and that segues to the seniors and the veterans on the environmental court issue I wanted to touch upon. This is not anything negative towards the code enforcement officers or the people in charge, but it is so highly bureaucratic.
I agree with you 100%.
I tried calling over there. If we call now, you'll get a voicemail and it will go into Never Land. Seniors are being threatened with a warrant, $2,000 plus fines because their lawn wasn't cut or edged just the right way, while other fly-blown places you drive by, they don't have any problems, and it's looking like it's a disparate, it just looks that way. And I'm asking the mayor and yourself and all the city councilmen to look at that it's almost a disparate treatment of people that are veterans or socioeconomically disadvantaged, or the people that can't pay. I had a 70-year-old man with a stroke and had a warrant out for his arrest on his 50th anniversary wedding. He got pulled over. He wasn't driving, of course, his wife was, and they said, you have a warrant for, and he said, how embarrassing and degrading that was for us, that I served in Vietnam, I was a combat veteran, and I had just had a stroke, and that they're telling me I owe $2,100 because I didn't mow my lawn the right way. He said, I can't mow my lawn anymore. And I said, why don't we get these young people that are caught for graffiti and other offenders to mow those lawns for them? And I've talked to Judge Joe Benavides about it. So I just like to see concrete solutions. What can we do about that?
I can share with you an item that I'm working on for some good folks right now. And Marty and Ray, if you're watching, this is your story. I mean, they've spent their time in the last couple of months at MD Anderson, and they come back and they get these fines, and it's well over $3,000. They called me up, and their neighbors are telling them, go to the media. They don't know what to do. And so she calls me up, Marty calls me up and says, can you help us through this process? I'm hoping by early next week we'll have some resolve. And it's a shame that someone would have to call their city councilman to solve it. You're right, it's overly bureaucratic. It needs to improve, and I'd be proud to walk in the doors with you and look into the process and improve it.
And likewise, I'd like to help your friends that came back from MD Anderson.
Okay.
Before I was a lawyer, many people know I was an RN. That was my first job. I worked at MD Anderson, and I see the horrible problems that people don't even see, how the whole family is affected by cancer or by a very serious illness. So I'd be glad to help you in my capacity as an attorney. Well, we've got a couple of minutes left. Let's do some block walking, knocking on 200,000 registered voters' doors right now for the Time Warner subscribers. What would you like to tell them? Why should they vote for you opposed to the other guys that are running at large?
Well, first of all, with the campaign at large, it's the top 3 vote getters. So it's more of select the people that closely relate to what you want your city to become. meaning the decisions that we make every single day on city council shape our future. And so in the last couple of years, you've seen Corpus Christi in the best performing cities list with the Milken Institute, which does a review of all cities in America every year.
That.
We jumped from number 44 best performing city to number 17. That's 27 spots. We were 5th in the nation in 1-year job growth. We were 10th in the nation in 5-year job growth. There's no doubt that Corpus Christi is in a boom. What we need to do is elect people who understand how to dig in, reinvest in our infrastructure, and focus on extending that boom instead of those who put their feet up and ride the wave.
Very well said.
And so I ask for your support, everyone in the viewing audience. I know a lot of people watch your show, specifically, and online too. I've had people call me up and say, hey, I saw you on Joe's show, and all I ask is for your support for City Council at large. Allow me another 2 years to serve the people of Corpus Christi.
Really quickly, if people want a yard sign, want to go block walk with you, want to just learn more, what is the magic number to call?
Okay, 792-0332. That's my cell phone, 792-0332.
Habla español también, se aventa el chavo.
Entiendo más mejor que hablar, pero
claro.
tenemos una oportunidad en nuestra comunidad como nunca antes, like
Ándale,
never
buen
before.
dicho.
And we need good people who will speak up for the people, and I am that candidate, and I hope to continue to serve the people of Corpus Christi.
Y recuerda, regístrese a votar porque su voto es muy importante, como dice el camarada aquí, Chad Magill, que está buscando su voto humildemente. Si no votas, no puedes quejar después y puedes llegar a sus criaturas a ir a votar también, que ellos miran también que tan importante es un derecho, está pero magnífico el proceso a votar, right?
Muchas gracias.
Yeah.
Sí, les pido su voto.
I appreciate it, Chad, and thanks always for coming on and being a friend of the community. Chad Magill, running to be your next city councilman at large. So remember, register to vote. October 20th, voting starts, and November 4th.
November 4th is the big day.
You
My
bet.
grandmother used to pick us up in the morning and say, this is election day, and she'd make sure all the kids and everybody went to the polls. So
There you go.
I know she's with us, and God bless each of you and your families, and I appreciate you very much.
God bless your grandma. You wouldn't be here running without her, probably.
That's right. That's
All
right.
man.
Thank
Thank
you, sir.
you.
All
We'll be
right.
back after this break.